Hi everyone, I'm Yolanda, and in today's tutorial I will be making a heart-shaped cake with lots of flowers. I'm using a basic cake recipe and buttercream. And if you like to make this cake, you will need a heart-shaped cake pan, just like this one here. This one is about 2.5 inches tall. I baked 3 cakes, 2 for the box and 1 for the lid. You need to get yourself some wooden dowel rods. These are 3/16 of an inch in diameter. I'm going to be using 3 of them because they are not that thick, which is what I really want for this cake. We will use a cutter, just like this one, or some similar if you have. Also, fondant. I made this fondant myself with marshmallows. You may buy yours from the store or make it. I will leave you the link in the information box of this video on how to make fondant out of marshmallows. Marshmallows are also needed. These are going to be supporting the lid on the box. You will also need 2 cake boards, 1 for the lid and 1 for the box. I cut mine in heart shape. It is important that you put a cake board underneath your cakes. You will need plenty of flowers. I've put a link below on how to make flowers out of fondant and buttercream and other icings. You will need 1 or 2 couplers, 1 tip number 21 for filling and number 3 for writing. Also, pastry bags could be these, or you could make your own using parchment paper. There is a tutorial for that also. As you can see, I have already chilled my cakes, filled it with buttercream, and now I am going to give it a crumb coat. A crumb coat is a light film that you put over your cake to seal any crumbs that are on the cake. After my cake is crumb coated, I will bring it to the fridge and let it sit there for about 20 minutes until the icing is dry to the touch. My cake had been sitting in the fridge for about 20 minutes. Now I'm going to give it a coat of buttercream, and also I'm going to bring it back to the fridge to chill for another 15 to 20 minutes. Next, I'm going to roll out my fondant. For this mat, I do not need to sprinkle any flour. However, I always like to put a little bit of the vegetable shortening. But really, it's not necessary when using this mat. Whenever you find any air pockets in your fondant, pop it with a pin or a needle and continue smoothing your fondant. Once your fondant is on the cake, the very first thing you do is go and smooth the top and the side edges on top so that the fondant will not tear. Take the marshmallows and arrange them on one side of the top of the box. This will serve as support for the lid. Be sure that the lid is well supported with these marshmallows. If you have to put a lot, go ahead and do so. The marshmallows will not only support the lid, but also it will serve as a lifter, since the lid will be lopsided. It looks like a set of dentures now, but this will turn into a beautiful cake. Next, you will sharpen one end of the dowel rod and insert it into the cake. It has to go through the first cake, through the cardboard of the first cake, and through the second or bottom cake. Be sure to sharpen one of the ends so that will go through all the layers. To make it easier when inserting the rod, as you push down, turn the rod until it goes through all the way. Once you insert all the rods, you cut the excess off. I'm taking my fondant smoother to smooth out the surface of the cakes, since I made some dents while I was holding the cake to insert the rods. But that all can be fixed by using our fondant smoother and smoothing out all the surface. And now to cover the holes that were made by the dowel rod, I'm going to take some buttercream, the same color of the lid, and cover those holes with the buttercream. As you can see here, I've already written the message that I wanted for this cake. I'll take tip number 21 with buttercream and fill in all the gaps and also cover the marshmallows. The buttercream will also serve as an adhesive for the flowers that I'm going to be placing around the edge of the cake. Now let's decorate by adding the flowers and leaves on the lid and also in the inside of the box and around the opening of the box. Arrange the flowers to your liking. Place them in the strategic place that you think they are going to look best for your cake. This is your cake and your decoration, so be free and be yourself. Make your own decorations, make your own arrangements as you go. Feel free to position a flower, and if you do not like where it is positioned, just move it. As you see, I move flowers from one place to another, or I simply eliminated some of them. So just be yourself when placing these flowers to make your arrangement. This is your cake, it's your decorations. All flowers and roses look beautiful on any cake. The bottom looks a little plain, so I am adding some filigrees to it. You may add other decorations as well. Of course, let's add some small shells. Here is the final product, the end result of this cake. As you can see, this is a very easy cake to make. Once your cakes are baked, you cover them with buttercream or whatever icing you are using. It could be meringue. You cover them and then you cover them with fondant. That's all you need to do. Now, the part that really needs a lot of attention is the lid and the dowel rods. Be sure to insert the 3 dowel rods on the side of your lid. The flowers and the leaves can be made out of buttercream or meringue, royal icing or fondant or gum paste. You have a lot of choices to make these flowers. If you are making your flowers out of buttercream, you need to let the flowers freeze for at least 15 minutes before you place them on your cake. Well, this has been all for today. I hope that you learned a lot. Please share, and if you'd like to receive other tutorials like this one, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you back here the next time with another tutorial. Until then, God bless you and happy baking.